Hi guys, this video is going to be a no makeup look. It's perfect if you are at a school that doesn't allow you to wear makeup, because a bit of concealer never hurt anybody. They're not going to be able to tell unless you absolutely cake it on. Top tips: wear a good moisturiser. A good moisturiser is going to make your skin look a bit more evened out, a bit more radiant. The one I'm using at the moment, well, the one I've used today, I've never used it before, so I can't give any brilliant recommendations, but I've used the Multi Defense Daily Moisturiser, which is by Neutrogena. I've took out the packaging, but I've kept the packaging so that in a couple of weeks I can do a review for you and tell you what I think. Always use the moisturiser with SPF. Good moisturiser for drier skin, but it doesn't have SPF, is the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturising Lotion. Good ones for oilier skin are the Garnier Pure A, which I love. I like the feel of it. It feels kind of like silicone. It feels like a primer on your skin. And also the Body Shop Seaweed Moisturising Lotion for oily skin. That's really good, and it's got, but the Body Shop one has SPF in, and the Neutrogena one has SPF in. Neutrogena one comes for drier skin, oilier skin, and there's one for all skin. Okay, so that's my first tip. Always wear a good moisturiser. Secondly, if you have uneven skin texture, which I don't really, use a primer. If I have had a breakout and my skin is a bit uneven, I do use a primer. I like the Gosh Velvet Touch one. A brightening one I've used is the Benefit That Gal, which is alright. I used it on my prom and it didn't really help to keep on my makeup, but I did look quite like dewy on my cheekbones, which is where I concentrated it on, so that was good. And that was the only two primers I've used, so I can't really recommend any other ones. Okay, so I'm going to get started. My first tip is my second tip, because I've already told you about moisturisers and primers. Okay, this is the Garnier Roll-On. It now comes in 4 shades, but I got it when it just came in one. I think there's 2 shades or 1 shade. So I think this will probably equate to like the medium one now, or the light to medium. I don't know, I haven't checked them out. But yeah, it's really, really good, and it doesn't make it look like you're wearing anything. And I have quite prominent under eye circles. The reason I'm making this video is because I'm going on a Duke of Edinburgh trip this weekend, and I'm going to be stuck with my ex-boyfriend. So I don't want to look like a wreck. I don't want him to think, God, that was a good job I'm not with her anymore. I want him to think, God, I'm missing out. Not that I'm trying to impress him, but you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm just going to put one layer of that on, and then once that's dried, I'm going to put another layer on, and it is really, really cooling. Even like my eyes get really, really puffy, especially with hay fever, and because I'm ill right now, they're a bit red and bloodshot. But no matter what you do with this, it always seems to be cool. I normally just stick it in my big makeup bag, and it's always still cool because it's a metal roller. It does get a bit messy though, but I really, really like it, and I've had it for a few months and it still seems pretty full, so I really like it. Okay, so next, concealer. For this, I'm just going to be using the Collection 2016 Hour Lasting Perfection. What I would say, it doesn't last 16 hours if you do Duke of Edinburgh. I used it on one of my day expeditions on like my blemish scars and around my nose, and it lasted around my nose, but because I was constantly like this because I was boiling, it didn't last on my blemishes. Okay. And also make sure that your skin is not flaky if you're using this, because it can cling and then everyone knows that you're wearing makeup. Okay, so I'm just going to dot it around my nose and on my blemishes. Well, blemish scars. Because I never really get spots. But if you get spots, this will cover it up really, really well. Because when I do have spots, this really helps. Okay, so just pat it in. Okay, I'm going to put another layer of the Garnier on, just so you can actually use it as a concealer rather than just a treatment, because I think it is quite a good concealer. Obviously when your circles are majorly dark it won't be that good, but at the moment I do seem to be quite well rested because I've been sleeping loads because I'm trying to get over being ill. Okay, also what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a little bit on each eyelid just so that kind of evens that out a bit, because we're not going to be wearing any eyeshadow, because eyeshadow is pretty obvious if you're wearing it. Well, at least it is for me, because I have quite a big eyelid space. Okay, now, I did say that we weren't going to use any foundation, but what I like to use is MAC's Mineralised Skin Finish. I also like the Rimmel Stay Matte. That is pretty much the same, but I don't find this clings to dry patches like that one does. So this is in light, I think. Yeah, light. Yeah, so I'm just going to put that on with a big fluffy powder brush. And we're just going to sweep this all over our face. Just because we don't want any coverage, but this does even out the skin a bit. And it doesn't look like you're wearing anything. I do this quite a lot for school. And people are always like, wow, you've got really good skin. Okay, also, because this powder is quite light, we can sweep it on over the eyelid and under the, like, on where we applied our under eye Garnier stuff. And that, again, will help to set that, and also helps to even out the circles and the eyelid further. Okay, next, I want to use a brightening blush. I've got MAC Well Dressed, but I also really like the NYC Colour Wheel. Mine is like wrecked. It's in Rose Glow. That is really well used because it is a good blush, but it's a little more obvious on paler skin. So if you have darker skin, I would recommend the NYC Colour Wheel. But if you're pale like me, MAC Well Dressed is a really, really good option. And it does give a bit of a sheen, but it does just look like your skin. It just looks like you've got really, really good skin. So I'm not applying too much, and I'm not really focusing on where I'm applying it, because when you blush, you do like blush all over your cheek, like all over. So if we were going for like a more sculpted look, we'd smile and put it on, but we just want to look like this is how we look like when we make up. So okay, that's it. Now we're almost done. Top tip, brush through your eyebrows. I have quite dark eyebrows and they can be a little bit unruly. So just brush through your eyebrows and try and keep them in shape a bit. If you have clear mascara or a brow set, then use that. I don't, so, but it's not really a big deal. I don't really do anything with my brows, to be honest. Next, we're going to curl our eyelashes. This is just a Cosmopolitan eyelash curler, which is rubbish. I don't recommend it, but it's just what I have. Okay, so I'm just going to curl my eyelashes. Okay, now I would say stop there, put a bit of lip balm on, and you're ready to go. But I can't resist wearing mascara. I have really, really big eyes, and I think I look weird without just a touch of something on my eyes. So I'm going to be using the Great Lash Mascara by Maybelline. This is a rubbish mascara if you want volume and whatever. But if you just want a bit of something that looks like you're wearing nothing and you just have kind of dark eyelashes, not long eyelashes, then this is really, really good. It just looks natural. She sighs as she clumps it. And just apply it lightly. You don't want to look like you're wearing anything, so don't like wiggle it up because then it will be obvious. And just a little bit on the bottom lashes. Okay, I'll just get up to the camera a bit closer. Okay, so as you can still see kind of freckles and whatever. It doesn't look like you're wearing anything, I don't think. It may look a bit powdery when you first put it on, but as you wear it in through the day, it won't. Another tip that my friends use who have longer eyelashes and don't like wearing like any makeup, they like to use just a bit of brown or black eyeshadow depending upon how dark the hair is. And then they just use like an angled brush, or they use pencil eyeliner to do it, and they'll just kind of wiggle it in the space between your eyelashes and your eyelid. There's like a little line, and they just push it in there, or they'll push it in the tight line, which is the little flap of skin that's underneath the eyelashes. They'll put it in there, and then it just makes the eyelashes look naturally darker and thicker rather than using any mascara. But I find for me that does travel and it ends up kind of here, and I don't like that, or it'll smudge and I don't like it. But that's, you know, personal preference. It just depends on what works for you. You know, you can experiment, you know, just have a day, and if it smudges then it doesn't matter, you've never got to do it again. But that's just from my personal experience. Then just slick on a bit of lip balm. I'm using Carmex. My favourite lip balm at the moment that I've been carrying around, hence why I've not got it, is the Milk and Honey Nivea lip balm, which is really, really good. And I like the taste of it. Carmex is a bit menthol, which is really good now that I'm ill because it helps kind of clear me up a bit. Another good tip for Carmex, just randomly, is to put this on underneath your nose if you've got a cold before you go to bed, rather than using Vicks Vapor Rub. If you haven't got Vicks and you've got Carmex, you can use Carmex because it has got basically the same smell, just a bit weaker. I don't like using Vicks because it makes me feel sick, but this doesn't, and it helps to like clear your like your breathing before you go to bed. When you're in bed, you can breathe easier. Weird tip, but I found it out last night because I hadn't got any Vicks, so I put this around my nose because I always use like Vaseline or something like that, like a lip balm around my nose when I've got a cold, because you're constantly rubbing your nose and you get really, really dry around here. So I use Carmex instead. I don't know why, but I did, and yeah, it works just like Vicks and clears up your nose, block nose. Random, but there you go. That was my everyday no makeup look. Really easy. If you have really bad skin, then obviously this won't really work for you. The concealer is really, really good, so just experiment. But yeah, this is more for like if you don't have that bad skin and you're not allowed to wear makeup, but you want to just even out your skin a bit. This is a good look. So bye guys.